I'm here with the very beautiful and talented Florrie. Lovely to meet you.
Oh, you too.
Ladies in blue, it seems.
Yes.
I'm glad I picked this
with
colour.
the matching look today.
So 2015 cannot get more exciting for you. We've got an album coming up, single. I mean, how excited are you about this year?
Oh wow, I mean, you know, I've been putting music out for a long time. And I've released, you know, EPs and lots of music as an independent artist, but I think, you know, this year is different because I'm obviously signed to a major label and finishing off the album. So yeah, to know that the album is going to come out is just, yeah, the best feeling because I've worked on it for so long and cannot wait for people to hear it.
I love this fact about you. Your first gig was when you were 7 and you dressed up as a fish.
Yeah.
Is this true? Talk us about that. That sounds really interesting.
It was a little school concert, yeah, that my class were doing, and we had to sing a song about the sea. And they said, "Oh, you've started drumming, Florrie. Why don't you play drums at the gig?" So I put on my fish costume, got up there, did the concert. But I remember I couldn't actually reach the pedals because I had this huge tail attached to me. I could barely even walk
Flipping
as well.
away.
Maybe I need to bring that look back at some
You
point.
should. I want to see that on stage in the future. And when your parents watch you on stage, were they like, "That's it, she's gonna, you know, she's talented"? Did everyone say that, like your friends, family, that, you know, from performances like that you were gonna, you know, take this as a career?
Probably not the fish performance. They were probably thinking, what is going on? But yeah, they've always been really supportive. And my dad, I mean, they're very musical as well. My dad plays guitar, my mum sings as well. So we used to do little jam sessions and like I said, yeah, I've, you know, been in bands and things. So yeah, they were really supportive when I said I want to move to London, quit, you know, I was halfway through doing my A-levels and then moved up here with the band I was in. And I think, yeah, I'm lucky to have had their backing.
And let's talk about the single. Absolutely love it. I was bobbing away listening to it at the office this morning. I was like, I love this music. And I love the video, very colourful and amazing. What was that like, making that video? That must have been really, really fun.
It was really fun, yes. It's funny because I, you know, have released a lot of stuff before, but it's been slightly darker, sort of more emotional, whereas, you know, Too Young to Remember is just a really fun, feel-good song. And that's what I really wanted to get across in the video. And it was cool being able to dress up as loads of different things. I think we did 7 different outfit changes in a day, which was really full on.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and also, you know, I loved putting in all the throwbacks to 80s and 90s things and just little things that perhaps people had forgotten or, you know, for them to discover. So yeah, it was really fun.
It felt very nostalgic. I was like, yeah, I feel like I got an 80s vibe in it. And is it true when you blew the bubble, it was one take?
Yes.
That's amazing.
I can't remember the last time I had bubblegum and managed to blow a bubble like that. And it was just, he was like, just go for it. And I've been chewing it for a little while, you know, preparing. I'd read that that was a good thing to do. Yeah, and it actually just got so big. I didn't really know what to do apart from keep going. They were like, keep going, keep going.
I mean, you play the guitar, you play the drums, you can sing, you can blow massive bubbles.
Yeah,
amazing.
bubble blower.
And obviously you've got to work with lots of big names, Pet Shop Boys, Girls Aloud. Now, obviously, they were a massive band. What was it like working with them?
It was, you know, it was a crazy whirlwind actually, because I had just started as the in-house drummer at the studio, and the first week I was there I played drums on The Promise, which, you know, was being thrown in the deep end a little bit. And the girls were all down recording the album. They were down for a couple of months actually, so yeah, I got to kind of hang out with them and yeah, just see how a music studio worked, because that's the first time I'd really been in that environment. And I'm still there now at Xenomania Studios. That's where I write, and I've got my own studio there, and that's where I've written the album.
And what can you tell us about the girls? Did they all get on back then?
Yeah, I mean, they were all just really nice. I mean, I've heard a lot of stories, but for me, like when I met them, they were just so lovely, genuine, yeah, nice people, hardworking.
How would you say you're different to other artists out there?
I find this a hard question to put it into words, but I think, you know, my sound has changed a lot over the kind of 4 or 5 years I've been putting out music, and that was part of the reason why I wanted to stay independent and to keep, you know, working on my music, was to see what sound that I wanted to go with and to experiment and practice. And I think, you know, all of my music though has the same kind of undercurrent, which is it's pop, it's very melodic, and there's lots of catchy hooks, and it's very musically intricate, which I'll explain.
Yeah, that sounds very technical. I'm like, I know what she's talking about, not a clue.
Which, you know, there's lots of like different musical elements going on, and I think there are things where you will only hear something specific on like the 10th listen, or you'll notice little things going on. You'll think, oh, I didn't notice that bit before. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do lots of jam sessions with my band and with the guys at the studio, and we just sort of layer on lots of things on top of, you know, the core track, and I think that's where you get that lots of different musical ideas floating around. If that makes sense. I've really confused
No, it does make sense. I just think though, it's so cool that you're a drummer as well. Like, guys must like really dig you. I know that's
really.
It's so cool.
Most people are like,
I can do one drum at a time, and I literally after that, I mean, I can't drum.
It's a good
yeah,
start.
I'm trying. But it must be so cool that you're so multi-talented. It must be so fun that on your record you can just do everything on it. You don't even need anyone else.
Yeah, well, I do.
And growing up, would you say was like your inspiration? Is there anyone in particular you really kind of like saw them on the stage, saw them singing, like I really want to be like them or have their career?
I think, you know, I grew up listening to a lot of 50s music, which was my dad's influence, like Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis, Beatles, obviously, he was a complete Beatles nut. And I just love pop music. I love big, catchy melodies and, you know, when songs get stuck in your head. And I think, you know, that has been a massive influence, that sort of 50s stuff. And, you know, I loved Avril Lavigne, I loved the Spice Girls, kind of girl power.
Were you in a band, and didn't you do Avril Lavigne covers, I heard?
Yes.
I love that album. Honestly, I listened to it, I'm like, oh my God, back to my teenagers when I was heartbroken and listening to depressing music. I loved her.
She was amazing. And I just remember, you know, when she did Complicated and came out on the skateboard and everything, I just thought she was the coolest person.
When you're rocking out on stage, what are your kind of like essentials? Like, what do you like to be wearing? What, you know, you feel really free and like, you want to rock out? What do you wear?
Definitely not high heels. I went through a phase of wearing really high shoes when I was playing, and it was a miracle I never fell over and broke my leg. I watched videos back and I'm thinking, how am I doing this? So yeah, some good chunky heel. I like to have a little bit of height. I think it just makes you feel good and kind of stand better. Yeah. And yeah, I'll normally wear like leather trousers and a shirt, or I think, yeah, leather trousers, you can't really go wrong once you've got a pair. They're a good staple to have in your wardrobe. I
read that you're off to Glastonbury this year, as in you're going there to have fun, not headlining or anything. Do you want to make a big announcement or anything? What are your 5 top tips for a really awesome festival look?
Number 1 is you're gonna get muddy, especially if it's a festival in the UK. So I would go with like a dress and tights or a skirt or something that, you know, isn't going to get completely covered. At least if your legs are covered in mud, you can wipe it with a wet wipe.
Wet wipes are on this.
Good pair of wellies. I always like to go with bright colours.
What about hair? Because I always find those festivals, hair is really difficult. Like day 2, when you've been in the tent, it's like out here and you're like, dry shampoo, but I can't fix it. It still looks really bad.
Dry shampoo is a great one, though.
It's so good.
Or just whack it up in a bun.
Yeah,
I
can imagine you rock the bun. Like, I look really silly with a bun. I just look
really. No.
Yeah, no, I do. It doesn't suit me.
I wear a bun a lot of the time. Yeah. I'm not a very good kind of getting up in the morning to get ready person, so I just kind of go with the easy route. Whack it up in a bun, So I would say take some hairbands. Take some hairbands, definitely. That's the best advice ever. And number 5.
I would say it's like lots of spray.
I'm not very good at this.
To make yourself smell nice.
Okay, let's go with that.
Like
lots
impulse.
Of spray.
It's the best thing ever.
Spray.
Maybe I could dance all night to forget what I shouldn't have missed. But I don't want to hear about the girl with the halo doing no wrong.
Is there anyone you'd really like to collaborate with? You know, any dream collaborations?
Ooh, I think my dream collaboration would be John Mayer. And I've been a fan of his for ages. And I just think he's a brilliant musician and songwriter. And I'm kind of a little bit in love with him as well.
Yeah, he's amazing. When he just starts, what was it, the Grammys? I was just like, oh my God.
I know.
Just like literally watching that on repeat. He was so cute.
Taylor Swift, actually.
Yeah, she's amazing. Like, I love her.
She is amazing.
You look quite similar, actually.
Do you think
so?
Yeah,
I do. I think I can see this happening, a little collab with you and Taylor.
The short hair.
No, I like it. It's really cool. And looked at your Twitter. You got, you know, thousands of followers. How much do those fans mean to you? I mean, I've seen their tweets. They're so supportive. It must be so lovely having that support.
They are absolutely amazing, and they, you know, lots of them have been there from the very beginning and watched me, you know, through the years and listened to all of the music. And that's something I always wanted to do, was have a very kind of open relationship with them and be able to talk about what I was doing. And I do these blogs where I let people know what my plans are or what I've been up to the last few weeks. So yeah, it's been amazing to have them. All the little messages they send me and just little cute things every day which kind of keep me going and keep me inspired. And yeah, doing it for them.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, thank you, Florrie. Lovely to meet you, and good luck with everything.
Too young to remember.